Well, Governor Abba Yusuf of Kano State has facilitated the release of 8 female inmates from the Goron-Dutse Correctional Centre by settling their fines and compensation debts. The freed inmates includes 2 pregnant women and 2 nursing mothers. State spokesperson Sanusi Dawakin Tofa issued the statement in Kano on Saturday. During an unscheduled visit to the correctional facility, Governor Yusuf assessed the living conditions of the inmates and explored ways to support their welfare and rehabilitation. He reaffirmed his administration's commitment to improving correctional facilities and securing phased releases for inmates incarcerated for minor offenses. Yusuf expressed concern over the high number of awaiting trial inmates, stating that out of 1,939 inmates, only 382 had been convicted, while 1,557 were awaiting trial. He assured that the state would collaborate with the judiciary to accelerate justice dispensation and ease congestion in correctional centers. Well, the first question is, how did these women get pregnant in prison correctional center? I want to get your thoughts on what you make of the situation, the release of the pregnant prisoners, please.
You see me laughing? I just hope, because I'm very sorry. It's not my desire, but out of cumulative, painful experience and observation over a long period of time. That's why I call Nigeria a theater of absurdities extraordinary every day in action. It's a very painful description of my country, but that's the reality. There is virtually anything that happens in this country that I don't look at it with what I would prefer to call corner eye. You know, it may not be a very good use, but it translates and points to where I'm looking at. I hope this release is not political. Do you understand? Somebody may be interested. If they tell you what happened in the prison, you see, they just brought up this issue of correctional center. The prison we have here, they are real prisons. They are breeding ground for crime, not a correctional center. Not a correctional center at all. And it's very unfortunate. If you have an understanding of what happened in the prison, you can't raise the question of how did they get pregnant. Because a lot of things are happening. And unfortunately, I say this to our brothers and sisters who are working in the correctional facility. You know, when the colonial masters were here, people who go to prison, they come out with skill. Even in America today, the man who prepared Billy Graham's casket is a convicted criminal. Do you understand? But he has gotten a refined or turned around life while in prison, serving his term. I think for murder also. And then Billy Graham told him that when he will pass, that he will make his casket. And he did it and delivered. It was in the prison they went to pick the casket from the workshop. Go to Port Harcourt is usually maximum prison. They just put correctional this in there. Just, it's a paperwork. It's not the intent. Just get in there. Just check the extortion from the gate. What happens there? You will be shocked. You know that I said it's a crime breeding ground. When you get in there, if, for instance, if you visit the prison and you are not psychologically equipped, the inmate can exploit you.
I don't think exploitation is actually the word, because I've visited the prison. It's more like a psychological guilt tripping. Like you really cannot explain it. I don't want to say it's an exploitation means, but I think it's just a psychological means of, you know, seeking for help, if that's the case. Well, I actually wanted to refer to the part where they were convicted. 1,557 inmates are still awaiting trial. As a legal practitioner, I want to know, what is that reason that still keeps, like, it depends on the offense, but what's that situation, that tendency that always keeps inmates while in awaiting trial?
What we usually do that is because of, number one, I can tell you for free, sadly, most of the people who are in the prison don't know why they're there.
So are you saying that most of them are innocent?
Yes. They don't know why they're there. Some of them are implicated. Why they release the real suspect. See, if you understand some realities as to what is happening in the society, that's why when you listen to some people talk about Nigeria, they wear this cap of irredeemability. And Nigeria is irredeemable unless there is going to be a revolution. There are people who think that way.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
You don't blame them. It's the realities they are run into. Because nobody can take away your experience from you. If you dreamt last night and you are being haunted, so to say, when you are talking to somebody about it and you say you resemble the face of the fellow I saw in my dream last night that was chasing me, no matter how the person will try to explain, that experience you had cannot be taken away from you. This thing, experience color people's behavior and even reaction to certain things. You have a situation wherein some of the people who are there, there's no record about them as to what brought them there. No record. Very funny. I'm sure you heard of like the story of Bobrisky and the rest of them, and that expose what is happening inside there, right? So many funny things are happening. Some people are not even in the prison. There is a way they arrange it. There's a VIP. If you have the money, you pay and they serve you. You have gas. You can cook. When officials come from the headquarters, they want to visit, they hire gas. And they tell the inmate that they should tell them, they organize skill accusation, fraud, perfect fraud. And they will tell people, the opposition inmate, to tell them that this is what they have been taught. They will get some of the inmate, perhaps the person is a caterer before he came to the prison. They will organize gas facility and then they will prepare bones and things of that sort, and they will tell you that this is what they are teaching them here.
This decision that has been taken by the Kano State governor to release these pregnant prisoners, you know, according to the statement that was made, that they could not, you know, meet up to the fines.
And ask, how much is the fine? It's not even up to, that's why I'm...
And then I wanted to also point out, you know, Kano State is not the only state that is also dealing with situations like this. You made mention of the prison.
Did you not even hear the number there? They said 1,000 something. We have thousands here. Do you understand?
So how about the possibility of certain state governments, you know, securing the release of most individuals that are not able to secure their fines?
On the African continent now, Burkina Faso has set the pace. I don't care. If they want to come and arrest me because I'm talking about Burkina Faso, let them come and arrest me. I don't give a damn. You are what the Burkina Faso...
As far as you're not going to say
you are what he did.
Any insults or degrading
he is converting most of these people awaiting trial into agricultural activities. They are the people producing the tomatoes. They are working on the farm. As you are working on the farm, your term is being reduced. So by the time you finish your term, right, you are a competent farmer that you will render professional services to the system and you are going to be paid. Because what led a lot of people into crime, most of this petty crime, or people snatching phone, if you check the psychology, when you see somebody who snatch phone, better be picks an iPhone. Do you understand? Check the price is going to dispose that phone. We tell you that the person's coordination mentally, because you can't rise above the capacity of your brain. We tell you the level, the altitude the person is operating. You pick a phone that somebody bought for over 1 million and you want to give it out for 10,000 naira. Do you understand it? So these people, I got my cap for Traore when he brought in that idea. And the inmates are embracing it. Because when there's so much people into crime, societal pressure, inability to take care of their family, even inability to feed, then you check the wastage that our so-called leaders are engaging in. You will weep for this country.
I don't understand why you made that statement.
About?
The wastage part.
When I talk about wastage, there is stupendous wastage in this country.
In what aspects, please?
I mean wastage of money. Instead of investing the money in human capacity development. Do you know that our prison, do you understand? If taken to the level it was when the colonial masters were here, You can use it as a facility that will train people. You can even send people from the society to that place to learn skill. Do we have a facility that train people in skill, both educated, formal and non-formal? Do you know it's easy to turn a graduate, let's say somebody read mathematics, and now there is no job. Do you know you can turn that graduate into a furniture maker if he's interested in it? And he will do it with ease. It will take less time because he can read. Well, that's the power of education.
I actually wanted to ask you a quick,
Yes.
hilarious question on this part of the release of these pregnant prisoners.
Yes.
Does that mean that most female inmates that want to get released before time should get pregnant? You know, in as much, I'm just saying that out loud
Yes.
in that instance, because looking at this, although that according to their offenses, it's not as heavy as the case may be, and then they could not, you know, secure their fines. Is that
No, the question that you should have asked is, are there no male counterparts within such range? That should have been the first question.
Okay.
Are there no equivalent male counterparts?
Okay.
Why are they interested in the women? Let's leave about pregnancy. Do you understand? Though my late father told me that if I'm having any dealing with a female, I should be very, very careful. I'm very cautious. Because the society we live in is on the side of women. A woman can raise an alarm against me. And the first thing that will happen, though we are in adversarial system of criminal justice, wherein they are supposed to prove my guilt, the first question that the man will face, the system will switch to inquisitorial, that they should prove his innocence instantly. Do you understand? Unless you are able to give credible information that they can ask her question, say, lady, calm down, don't shout, don't cry. Those who have understood will know that seeing a woman crying does not mean that she's innocent. It's a psychological weapon that they use to whip up and carry. I was in court one day and a lady was...
So in essence, are you trying to say the pregnancy was one of the little...
It's a tactic.
Tactics.
Yes.
Okay.
How
did they get themselves pregnant?
Yes. Who are those responsible? You can be shocked that it is even the officers within the prison. I can tell you that. Do you understand? Because in most of the...
So is that not supposed to be looked into, how these women actually
Who knows whether they want to do this to eliminate possibility of investigation? There are so many conspiracy theories. Because the moment they are released and they are gone, whether there is a move to investigate. Do you understand? Once the substance is no longer there, the rest has been destroyed. The committee you set up automatically will collapse. Because if they become part of the investigation, they will mention who impregnated them. Because you don't get pregnant in the dream world.
Well,
so there are a lot of funny things. That thing should point to you about how weak our system is. There are a lot of serious questions about issue of leadership.
okay, we'll...